Not all women get to feel that surge in confidence, that magnetic energy, or that sexy in your own skin kind of feeling during ovulation. And there's a real reason why. Hi, I'm Jenny. I'm a women's wellness coach and I help women heal their bodies, reconnect with their menstrual cycle, and reclaim their power. Today I want to talk about some of the complications that women face during their ovulatory phase and the reasons behind why this happens. Within the women's wellness space, we are often told that we should feel a boost in confidence, we should feel sexy and bold, our libido should be higher, we should have this sudden motivation to finish all of our deadlines. And yes, that is true for a lot of women, and there's a reason for that, and it lies within our hormones. Our estrogen rises and peaks throughout follicular and right going into your ovulatory phase, and then it drops. And then we also have a quick rise in testosterone during ovulation, and we also have a surge in our follicle stimulating hormone and our luteinizing hormone throughout ovulation. And all of this is that reason our body feels like this. It is our body's entering baby making season, and it is like our body is shouting, now is the time. So this is why we should have this kind of energy during the season. However, when our hormones are out of balance, that's when we start having some complications. And the truth is, not many women get to experience the beauty that is ovulation. And one of the biggest factors causing this is stress. So we can look at the hormone cortisol, that is like our stress hormone, which plays a huge part in our reproductive hormones and that beautiful dance and balance that goes on there. And we can also look at our nervous system and how our nervous system naturally shifts depending on our inner seasons. As we enter our follicular season, our body naturally shifts into a more sympathetic state, which is that fight or flight kind of energy. And as we go into ovulation, we really peak in that state. So because of this, our bodies can naturally handle more stress, but at the end of the day, we are still human. We still have a limit of how much stress our bodies can handle. Without proper systems in place for managing your stress levels, we can then often be left feeling ungrounded, scattered, chaotic, and overwhelmed. So instead of feeling that energized, motivated, and confident way, we begin to feel disconnected, anxious, and overwhelmed. Now, the biggest thing we can do to support this actually goes back to our bleed, back to the menstrual phase. So as we start stepping out of menstruation and we start stepping into follicular, instead of going from on my period to no longer on my period, let's just go full steam, we're going to slow it down a little bit. So we're going to focus on taking baby steps out of menstruation throughout follicular, working with that gradual energy increase. So instead of, like I said, instead of going full steam in follicular, let your body gradually build up. So by the time you get to ovulation, you will not be overstressed, you will not be overstimulated, and you will not be overwhelmed. So it'll be much easier to feel grounded and then feel that surge in confidence and libido and that sexy feeling within. And if we take a little look at cortisol is our stress hormone, and it is vital. It plays a vital part within our body. It is what keeps us alive when we are in actual danger. However, our body does not know the difference between actual danger and perceived threat. And within today's society, many women are living in chronic stress, and it isn't from a physical danger, it's from mental and emotional threats and overburdens. And it is this chronic stress that then wreaks havoc on our body, because when our cortisol levels are elevated for a long period of time, this starts to disrupt our other hormones. So elevated cortisol will have an impact, a direct impact on our estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone levels, and it will also suppress our follicle stimulating hormone and our luteinizing hormone. So literally every hormone that's involved within our reproductive cycle is then impacted and affected because of this high cortisol level. And of course, if the cycle is impacted, ovulation being the star of the show is obviously impacted along with it. So that energy that you should feel in ovulation is stripped from you. So one of the most powerful and important things a woman can do if she does not feel the classic ovulatory energy is to focus on her stress and emotional management. And she can do this through practices such as grounding techniques, breath work, journaling, dancing, singing. All of these sorts of practices and techniques are great tools to bring us home to our own body, ground us in our own body, and essentially manage our stress and emotional levels. Every woman deserves to experience the beauty that not just ovulation has to offer, but that every season within her cycle has to offer. But first, we must step away from society's expectations and start taking responsibility for our own health and our own bodies. If you want to dive deeper into your cycle and healing journey and be supported by real integrative practices, join my online community. I will link in the description box below. We have 4 expansive courses. We have a growing community of women coming together to share and evolve. And we have weekly practices. We have our general tarot reading. We have a shared movement flow and a shared breath practice every single week. And if you liked today's video, then please like, comment, and share for more content like this in the future. And I will see you in the next video.